Have you ever had just like an amazing conversation with somebody that was a business owner, or maybe they were 100% commission, or they were sales and they were doing super well, they were succeeding, and you leave that conversation and you think to yourself, man, should I jump into the sales world? And then you go home and you type on your computer, should I do sales? And boom, you found this video. This video is for people that have always been curious about sales. And they might not want to do it themselves, but they've been curious on the good, the bad, the ugly. So today, I'm going to list 4 things to consider before you jump into sales. Well, how do you know if sales is right for you? Let's go through the list. Number 1, have you ever thought about starting a business? Because I equate 100% commission sales to owning your own business. Now, yes, a lot of times you won't necessarily have all of the responsibilities that a business owner would have, payroll, things like that. But if you don't work, you don't get paid. And if you've thought about that freedom, you've thought about wanting to start a business, but maybe you've never had an idea or you don't know what you'd want to start. But if you are thinking about starting a business, that means that you're thinking like an entrepreneur, which is perfect for somebody who wants to go into sales. Now, on the flip side, if you're like, no, I would never, ever want to start my own business, I'm happy where I'm at, then maybe sales might not be the best position for you. But that's the first question to think of. Have you ever wanted to start a business? Number 2 is this. Do you believe in the product? Because guys, if you don't believe in the product, then it is probably bound to fail from the start. For example, I have a beautiful coffee mug right here. And I better be careful because I'm holding it like right over my computer. But like I have a beautiful coffee mug right here. Now, I could sell this coffee mug. It's a beautiful handmade coffee mug. It's actually a coffee mug that was given to me by a previous employer, and it actually holds a lot of sentimental value to this coffee mug. Now, as much as I love this coffee mug, and as much as I could sell this coffee mug to people, this product isn't a product that I just like could see in the hands of everybody or have such a passion for this product that I would love waking up every day because guys, sales is hard and it is draining. It's exhausting. So if you don't have a product that you believe in, if you have a passion for something, at that point, you're not even in sales. You're just having a conversation with people and you're telling them and you're having a good conversation and you're exploring why whatever product is that you're selling could be a good fit for them. And now you mix passion with learning and experience. And then as you begin to grow as a businessman, you have passion for your product, but you're also good at talking with people. You're good at sales. I mean, that is when it can get crazy real fast. And the real question that I would ask is, would you buy the product yourself? There's a bunch of companies that will bring you in and they'll talk about everything but the product. But the question that you need to ask yourself is, would you personally buy the product? Like, would you actually go online and pay $12.99 for this mug or whatever? Like, would you click yes? And if you would buy the product for yourself and you're passionate about it, it might be a good fit for you. But let's keep going. But number 3 is don't make it all about money. And this is why. If you make it all about money, the chances that you will quit before you even had a chance to get going is astronomically high. Because if you never really want to start a business, you don't really believe in the product, and someone told you about this dream and Rolexes and Corvettes and cars, and that's why you wanted to jump into sales, because you wanted to drive a brand new Lamborghini, I promise you're going to quit within 2 months with seeing 0 paycheck, and you're going to be miserable. Then you're going to write a review online on how terrible that company was and blah, blah, blah. I've seen it all before. And in reality, it was all about money to you. You didn't believe in the product. You didn't even like wanting to do sales. You just wanted to be rich. And there's nothing wrong with having income, drive, motivation. You will probably burn out and you're never going to see the success that you were hoping to see to begin with. Now, I'm not saying that it can't partly be about money, because obviously I got into my career expecting to make a good income and to provide for my family. But at the end of the day, there are months that I have that I don't make much at all. I mean, less than the majority of people out there, but then there are months that I make more than I've ever thought possible. And if it was all solely about money, those slow months, I could very easily walk away to a different position. And in those slow months, I could see myself walking away from the career because it wasn't fulfilling my financial goals. Okay, number 4, I've seen this time and time again where people, they have the top 3 points. They wanted to start their own business. They believed in their product, and it wasn't all about money to them. It was more than that to them. But they didn't have the 4th one. And the 4th one is this: financial and emotional support. I can't speak for every industry because I work in insurance and in benefits. And so I am very limited to the 100% commission or the sales experience that I personally have had. But I can speak at least for personally what I've seen in the industry. And I think that it probably would equate pretty well to pretty much any industry that you'd want to do. Generally, if you start out on a 100% commission field, your first month, 2, 3, 4 months probably aren't going to be as much as you were making at your previous career. Even if you come from a job like McDonald's, you're still guaranteed a paycheck of 10, 11, 12 bucks an hour. But when you work commission, you don't have that luxury. And even going back to point number 1, like starting your own business, it takes time to start a business. Like businesses don't spring up overnight. I mean, some do, but generally, you know what I mean? Like businesses just don't pop up. Like it takes time and effort in order to build them. And so the same's true in my experience. The same is true for me. I think I mentioned in a previous video, my first 3 months of doing sales, I lived with my grandma to help save on rent because it takes time. Sometimes it takes time to find your footing. Your income will vary, and that's just part of the process. So if you're at a point in your life where you need a certain amount of income to survive, to support your family, sales might be a good fit for you. At least 100% commission sales might be a good fit for you, but I'd at least recommend getting a part-time job on the side. Whatever career that you're starting, especially if you're 100% commission, get a part-time job on the side to help with that. Let's talk about the second part of number 4, emotional support. This is a big one because like starting your own business or in sales, there will be moments that you're going to hit rock bottom. There are going to be times where you hit like crazy highs, and there's times that you're going to hit rock bottom. But at the end of the day, if you don't have someone encouraging you to keep going, it's going to be very, very, very easy to quit and go right back to your old job and doing whatever you were doing and getting paid whatever you were getting paid. I mean, my wife and I, we were just talking earlier. She works in real estate, and obviously the real estate market right now is just insane. It's so hard to find a house for her clients. Especially if you don't do crazy bids, it's tough, and she's feeling it. She's hitting the lows. Like she's like, should I get another job? Should I quit this? And I'm like, no, because I'm her emotional support, because she was my emotional support the times that I am sick of, I'm getting exhausted and sick of it. So that being said, right? Emotional support at home, financial support as well for you to get started, to me is key if you're going to start. A couple closing thoughts. Timing's important. Sometimes when you're young and you don't have that many responsibilities, this could be a perfect time for you to jump into 100% commission. When you have a family and you have tons of responsibilities, again, it might be, but you have to take, I think, a little longer look at whatever opportunity is at your door. Number 2, just do your research. There are so many companies out there. There's MLMs. There are just sales organizations. There are companies that will offer 100% commission. Others aren't 100% commission. There's like a base salary with incentives. Just do your research on the company, on the product. And before you take any job, do your research. Just make sure that you feel comfortable selling whatever product it is that you would be selling. My final thought is this. If you've watched this whole video, you aligned perfectly with those 4 points, and you think sales might be good for you, I'd say go for it. It was a risk that I took that I'm really glad that I did. Now, granted, there are still tough times. There are times that are unbelievably difficult, but I couldn't see myself doing anything else. Hey, thanks. If you're still here, thanks for watching with me. As you can see, I have a brand new setup as well. So drop in the comments. If you're still in the video, drop right now in the comments, rate 1 to 10 how you like the setup, and also give me any type of feedback that you think I should change. I'd really appreciate it. Hey, thanks for sticking with me. Good luck to whatever venture you're doing, and I'll see you guys on the next video.